Hello traders and welcome to another video review. Today is Thursday, July 2nd, 2026. Let's take a look what we have in the economic calendar for today. As far as I can say, the first Friday of the month is a very busy day, and this time is no different. Non-farm payrolls Friday. We got average hourly earnings, initial jobless claims, non-farm payrolls data, and unemployment rate. All of this data are high importance data scheduled for release at 2:30. Unemployment rate should be at the same level, 4.3%. Non-farm payrolls should be down from 172,000 to 114,000. Initial jobless claims should be up from 215 to 219,000, and average hourly earnings should stay at the same level of 0.3%. This is the major event of the day. All of these data releases, including non-farm payrolls, so please stay focused, stay vigilant, and now without any further ado, let's switch to the charts and we start with euro-dollar. So the euro-dollar doing almost nothing. To be honest, whole week is like, where is the volatility, right? Bouncing around the level of 50 on the RSI, some little bit of the downside breakout towards the level of 41 here with the level of 1.1362. It's not really something special here. So it looks like after 3 attempts, first, second and third attempt to move higher, the euro-dollar bulls generally gave up, and then bigger pullback to the downside happened. Please remember that in our situation, we are actively monitoring WXY corrective cycle, complex corrective cycle on this market. So in that situation, we should see either movement to the upside. This movement to the upside should be impulsive, or any kind of the connector in form of the wave X. Then there is the possibility of another wave to the downside, which would be the wave Z, right? The last wave in the complex corrective structure. Of course, we need some invalidations levels. So first one will be 1.1446, second would be 1.1510. But general invalidation comes with the breakout above 1.1668, the wave X high. That, of course, is according to the Elliott wave principle. British pound doing quite opposite. Stairs, we have stairs, upstairs, to be honest, right? We have higher highs, higher lows, and the breakout above 1.3303, the technical resistance with the local high at 1.3324. Very interesting situation. Here we will change this color here, 1.3272.4. Technical resistance, and this one, let's wait for this candle to close, all right, because it looks like something is happening here. Some kind of a supply came here, and bears are a little bit more active here in this area, so we don't know how this candle will close. Let's wait for the candle close before we will change the color for the technical resistance at 1.3303. How much did we retrace? Well, we can apply Fibonacci for this swing. Let's do it, because maybe the market went for some Fibonacci level to the upside. All right, let's just move this here to the swing high. Now, what's happened? We retraced 50%. We almost hit 61%. We are talking about this swing high, 1.3357, low 3139. Almost hit 61% of the Fibonacci retracement level. So kind of an interesting situation here on the British pound. US dollar versus the Japanese yen. What is going on? Local high 162.86. We need some sort of the mark on this level. Something happened overnight. Looks like maybe some macro event that I didn't actually notice just yet. All right, so that's gonna be a swing high and the technical resistance, and big movement to the downside with the low at 161.16. Very big movement from the extremely overbought conditions to the extremely oversold. If we take a look here, you can see that you can see this characteristics movement to the downside. This characteristics candlesticks, very characteristic situation here. Maybe this is another attempt to push these prices lower. However, next target for the bears 160.98. We still have the room to the downside here on the RSI. Is gold going up? A little bit on the 4-hour time frame chart. The local low 3,943, and the movement towards I think it's 4,100. Yeah, 4,120 is on. Nevertheless, we just broke above the level of 50 on the RSI. It is possible, however, that this big, complex and time-consuming structure WXY is completed. So that's the biggest correction we got on a daily in years. Definitely look at this, in years. That's 2024, right? So this big correction might have been completed. It has perfect three waves, or if you count it, you can, yes, it's a zigzag. W is zigzag, 535. This is connector, and this is something else, something special, I guess, for the wave 5. It's always too complex. Nevertheless, it's clear, three waves to the downside into the extremely oversold conditions. So maybe on a daily time frame chart, now it's a time for some kind of a return to the uptrend. However, it doesn't actually look impressive, and we need to wait a little bit longer for this movement to the upside on gold. S&P 500 tests again 7,520. How many times we can basically move around this this area? It looks like they don't care. They just want to test it from time to time. And now momentum is positive. However, it's pointing to the downside right now on the 4-hour time frame chart. 54 is the current level of the RSI. Nevertheless, it still looks bullish for me. So the S&P 500 is looking bullish. Well, next target is 7,578, unless this technical support located at 7,424 is violated here. So in the background there is an uptrend, so we should see higher levels here. Crude oil, S&P 500 and crude oil now on the daily lows. Basically, our target is coming. First out of our target is coming, which is of course this blue rectangle area. This is the consolidation or the sideways market area before we got this geopolitical situation to escalate, right? So we might see some sort of the test of this area soon. The first level is like 60, I think 66.50. Right, so we almost there, 67.49. Extremely oversold conditions on the daily time frame chart as the oil is coming back to the levels that we should see this market before the geopolitical event. And last but not least, the Bitcoin. And the Bitcoin, as you can see, made a new marginal low, 57,808. And it's consolidating inside of this very, very narrow zone. I can even place for you guys this zone, a local technical resistance. As you can see, this zone must be violated in order to continue to the upside or to the downside. There is a big bearish pressure still on the Bitcoin in the background, and this doesn't look impulsive. This looks like a pause, internal pause of the bears to enter to make more pressure on the bulls and make new low. Remember that our target is around $53,000 first zone and a $50,000 second zone. So please stay focused, stay vigilant. Maybe for today's NFP payrolls data, the Bitcoin price might be different. This time might be completely not affected, or might be affected, especially if there is a surprise. So there might be some initial reaction and then possibly even follow through. Nevertheless, please keep an eye on the Bitcoin, US dollar, S&P 500, gold, and US dollar versus the Japanese yen for today, it looks like they are going to be affected with today's data that are about to be released, 2:30 US data, non-farm payrolls. That's everything from me for today. Thank you very much for watching this analysis, and I hope I see you guys next time. Take care and bye bye.